So we've been describing to you, and you've been following along so well, that we have some analogies here for you today that are going to make it very easy for you to figure out what to do as you're moving through your day, different aspects of your day, under different vibrational conditions. We want you to realize that while you have created this vortex version of you, this vibrational version of you, that it is a reality that until it manifests, you're not that excited about calling it a reality, but we are, and you don't need to worry about it. It exists even in your ignorance of it. So if we can convince you that it exists, if you can just sort of take that on conceptual faith, you haven't proven it to yourself yet, but you understand the laws of the universe. The laws have shown themselves to you in enough ways that this is logical to you. If we can convince you that there is this vibrational version, then the only thing that you are wanting to be aware of is what is your right now, because of what you're thinking and speaking, because of what you're saying, whether you're remembering it from the past or focusing on it in the present or anticipating into the future. Whatever you're doing with your mind right now is causing you to choose some relationship with some vibrational versions that you've set into motion. So we began describing to you that while this vortex is there, and we said to you, get in the vortex, become a vibrational match with your vortex. Now we are saying to you the same thing in a little bit different way. Understand what your point of attraction is, which is the same thing as saying, understand what the vibrational frequency is that you're offering, which is the same thing as pay attention to how you feel right now. Because your emotions are letting you know the vibrational relationship that you have with this furthermost expanded version of you. So we want you to get the mental picture that there is a vibrational version that you've set into motion, and that as you stand in your now, depending upon what you're speaking about or feeling about or thinking about, you are establishing a relationship with this vortex version. But we also want you to know that when you're in a bad mood, you're launching a vortex version too. When you are in fear, you're launching a vortex version. When you're in joy, you're launching a vortex version. Now, the only vortex version that is being tended by us is that high frequency, that high flying, pure positive energy vortex version. That's where we reside, in a place of non-resistance. So when you launch one of those rockets and we recognize it as that new expansion of you, we achieve the vibrational frequency with it, and we maintain. And it's important for you to know this. We maintain, we're talking about source energy, we're talking about your inner being, we're talking about all who love you, maintain that high frequency that you have achieved through the life that you have carved out. And it's like shining that frequency so that you will know it when you feel it. And equally important, you will know it when you're not feeling it. In other words, you will know by the way you feel your vibrational relationship with that vortex version of you. We also want you to understand that when you first start out your day, well, anytime really, but mostly when you first start out your day, it's like you get to choose which disc you get on. In other words, it's all spinning, and law of attraction's gathering it up from wherever you are. And if you had an argument with someone last night and you're repeating it in your mind this morning, and you're defending, you're justifying, you know that you were right and you know that they are wrong, and you're irritated that they are stubborn, and you're all geared up really wanting to find a way to express to them with greater clarity what you know, so that you can finally convince them of the rightness of what you are offering about, you get a pretty good vortex going there, and that's the vortex that you've chosen. And even though you've asked for all kinds of things up here, you don't have access to them. But you know what you do have access to? All kinds of things that feel like this. Haven't you noticed that when you're ornery, everybody within a 12-mile radius who is ornery jumps on your disc with you? In fact, people who have never been ornery before become ornery just for you. If they even have slight ornery tendencies, you're going to rendezvous with them, you see. Jerry used to talk about when he first met us, he was so excited about deliberate creation and so much wanting to help make the world a better place. And he thought he had the perfect plan. He said, Abraham, I think there should be islands of incarceration in our judicial system. And all the murderers will go to one island and do it to each other. And all the rapers will go to another island and do it to each other. And the thieves will go to another island and just take things back and forth from each other. And we said, you already have those islands. And no one in the audience that day he asked that question liked our answer, because they don't want the perpetrator to be on the same island with the victim. But we say, you are vibrationally choosing your points of attraction, and law of attraction is matching you up with experiences and people and thoughts and images that are in the same vibrational frequency. And in the same way, you cannot set your radio dial on 101 FM and listen to what's being broadcast on 97 FM. The frequencies have to match up. You cannot be on one frequency and receive something from another frequency. Law of attraction is making sure of that. But you can be aware of what your frequency is, and you can do something about it, and you can do some things in an easier way than you've been attempting. And the reason that we are speaking to you in this way is because we know that through life you have developed patterns of thought, you've developed beliefs, you've developed ways that you look at things, and some of them, a lot of them in fact, serve you very well, and some of them, a lot of them in fact, are not serving you very well. But you're all over the place with them because you have not been evaluating the content of your thought by its vibrational nature, by its point of attraction nature, by its relationship with your vortex nature, by its relationship with who you really are. You have not been evaluating. You've been evaluating it by the loudest squeaking wheel, or by the people who are up closest to you, or by the news media gets the most attention. You've been evaluating it in screwy ways. And we want to help you to understand that once you get hold of your understanding of what your emotions are about, and once you care about the frequency that you are broadcasting, because, you want to claim what you've put into your vortex. You want to claim what you've put there, because it is through life that you have created it. It's through life that you have expanded to that. It's through life that you have become that. And it's time for you to experience the fruits of your sifting and sorting experience. It really is. You'll have that experience when you croak. We love that word because it's so disrespectful of death, since there isn't any death. We love it when you croak, because when you croak, you claim that vortex. That's when you find full resonance with all that you've become. We just don't think you should have to croak to claim resonance with all that you've become. We think it's time for you to begin consciously experiencing it now.